Hello, this is day 15 of talking at a camera every single day for 100 days for like 5 minutes every single day. I really need to get that sorted out, what I say at the start. Anyway, today I would like to talk about goals. Setting goals, achieving goals, what's a good goal, what's a bad goal, etc., etc. So, goals for me are very important. I think everyone should have goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals. I think that when the issue is I want to talk about specifically. So the one time a year people always set goals. New year, new me. So a goal is something you want to achieve. Obviously, if you want to achieve it, then you need to put in the steps to achieve it, which is, this is all quite obvious. But a lot of the time, people make goals that are really unachievable. Like they'll say, I want to lose 40 kilos this month, or I want to put on 10 kg of muscle in the next 2 months. Something like that. It's such an unrealistic goal to the point of it's so difficult, you're going to fail, right? I want to talk about the difficulty of setting goals. So, a lot of people will go in, and I used to do this, and will set a goal, say, I'm going to I'm going to save £100 this month, for example. And to save that £100, they would have to stop paying for their Netflix, stop paying for their Spotify Premium, stop paying for any subscriptions. They got to cut back on sweet treats, smoking, vaping, any other sort of vices they have. They'd have to cut that all out completely and go back to just eating chicken and rice for every meal. And that's all they did. Had no fun. You're not going to do that. You need to be realistic. You're not going to do that. There's no way anyone is doing that. It's unrealistic. It's impossible for that to work. It doesn't make sense at all. Ever. Why would you do that? So I think a lot of people are saying things like that. They're saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And setting that high goal, right? So day one, you do it, it's really hard, but it's fine, you get it over and done with. Day two, it's really hard, and you're really struggling, and you barely get it done. Day three, you give up. No one makes it past the 5 day mark or the week mark if they set a really hard goal. Your goal needs to be sustainable, needs to be achievable. And from that point, what I do with most of my goal is I have an output. I've got two goals with everything. I've got an output based goal and I've got an input based goal. So my output based goal is the sort of goal you would normally expect to see. It's I want to add 10 kgs of muscle. I want to save £100. I want to get a raise. I would like to run a 10k, etc., etc., etc. These sorts of goals. These goals where it's something that you need to work towards meeting. And then I would set a second goal, which is your input based goal. Now, this is the more important one by far the more important one. So you would say, for example, so if your goal was I want to run a 10k by the end of the next 3 months, and my longest run at the moment is 5k, which is very achievable. It's a good goal to have, and couldn't recommend that goal anymore. Anyway, it's a really good goal. So your habit-based goal is what do you need to do every day, every week, and every month for you to reach this goal. So for the running, for example, you would need to start off slow, maybe running 3 or 4 kilometers twice a week. Then you would up it by half a kilometer every week. Every week you up it a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then you'll find by the end of the 3 months you've reached your goal, and you're like, wait, that seemed too easy. It wasn't. It had hard points, but it wasn't overwhelmingly hard to the point that I was struggling to reach it. That is the kind of goal you want to set. You want to set it so achievable to start off with that it would be stupid for you to fail. And when it is that easy, when it's that achievable, and you have a strong why, which I spoke about before, it is almost impossible for you to fail your goals. Those are the kinds of goals you need to be setting. So once you have your 2 goals in place, your 2 training sessions a week, and you want to reach a 10K run by the end of the 3 months, once you have those goals in place, the next most important thing is to stay consistent. Now, you've made it easy. You said, I'm going to run twice a week. That is your consistency. And you will run twice a week. You will get those runs in no matter what. You have to. And you've got to have the sort of mindset that you have to do those 2 workouts, those 2 runs, like your life depends on it. They don't have to be hard. They don't have to be your best effort. They don't have to be the furthest you've ever ran, the fastest ever you ran, the most effort you've ever put in. But you have to do them. And that's the key. The consistency there is the key. Now, I found this with all of my habits. I've set hard goals, I've set easy goals, I've set habit-based goals, I've set long-term goals. But the ones that stick, the ones that I reach, are the ones where I say to myself, no matter what, I will get this done on this day at this time. Jane, oh, I just realised I've massively overran today. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye.